If you are someone involved in writing, whether it's blog or book or screenplay or any form of expression, then you may be wondering, am I on the right track? Maybe with help of astrology, we can see if that themes you are considering in your work are bringing you the work, career life, the clients are aligned with the best potential when it comes to writing seen in your chart. So let's roll the intro and find out. Vedic astrology, we have those division for houses and karakas. For each area, we need to have always find these two. For career life, it would be 10th and Mercury. And also for writing, because the career life demands a lot of expression, a lot of learning abilities. The main karaka for both work and writing is Mercury. As you can guess, we will be analyzing Mercury in our charts to find out what would be the best way to channelize this karma in our life. We will be going through 5 charts and test those principles, how they show the theme of writing. The options we have could be like science fiction or horror, which could be something related to the nodes, Rahu and Ketu, because they are always going into those transcendental topics. For horrors, maybe something to do with ghosts or things like that. So always 2 malefics will bring those themes. Then we have politics, of course, the sun, social rights, or the anthropological, cultural themes would be the moon, or anything related to wars or combat. The Mars definitely is the general. But with Saturn, if someone is writing about documenting some atrocities, then definitely we will have those Yama Yoga like Mars, Saturn, things like that. Okay, so let's see those 5 people, what they've written about, and then we can identify this, take the lessons, and apply this in our life. First, we have Maya Angelou. She was writing about racism, identity, femininity, and also the resilience, how to survive in very difficult political, social situations. And we have Louise Lowry. Much lighter topics, but also about the common themes would be the social ethics, but for much younger public, also the themes of growing up were very much present in her writing. Then we have another different theme. I've collected those people based on totally different, so we can really have those nice possibility to find this polarizing planetary combination. Also, Iris Chang, she was writing about historical atrocities. In this case, it was especially about the Japanese massacre on Chinese people. She was documented that, and she had also a lot of troubles because of that. Very challenging life. You can study her chart, but from this perspective, that would be the topic. We have Mario Vargas Llosa, and in this case, political topics, and especially from the perspective of corruption, manipulation in politics, and things like that. Then we have Camille Paglia, and she was writing about the feminist, about the gender, about the family a lot. So those constructs were present in her books. So very simple exercise. We have the premise. We know what we need to look for. Especially we'll be here focusing on position of Mercury, because that is the substance, right? We can write, we can use our own tools, our own body, but the substance, the ink, we could say, here will be the Mercury. So for Maya Angelou, it's very easy. If we would only take this one chart, we would have definite answer. Mercury is with the Venus and Mars in the 7th house. So about her experience related to sexuality and about all those feminine things, themes, which she was also dealing with using poetry for, we know that the Venus is the kavya, the poet. In the D10, we have nice Venus and Moon in her chart, 10th Lord from Rashi, and in the Dashamsa in the Digbala directional strand. And with the debilitated planets, this is giving a lot of success. Again, Venus for poetry. And Mercury is very nice, with the 10th Lord showing that this person can write. Now, in Camille Paglia, we have this Also Venus and Mars, but in the 6th house. Interestingly, she was writing about how feminism is blocking women from enjoying the family life. So we can see those now 6th house, also Venus and Mars, so topics are similar, but from the perspective of 6th house. Again, we will find in the Dashamsa, chart of work, Mercury, the planet of writing, 10th lord in the 3rd house, very nice combination for it. Now, Louis Laurie, we have those yogas for writing too. 10th from moon is Mercury, Jupiter, which is showing the skill and wealth, also aspected by Mercury. And in the Dashamsa, we have similar situation again, 10th and 3rd connected. Mercury in the Pisces. There is some Ketu, there is some Jupiter, so philosophy. We have some moon aspects, so some influences there. Now in the Vargas chart, we have this 10th lord, Mercury in the 3rd house in the Shamsa again. Arudha Lagna is with Mercury, so definitely writer. And Mercury is with the sun in Rashi, so everything is fine. We just need to see the Mercury, right? Now if we see the Eris Chang, we have Mercury in 8 in the Aquarius, which is most difficult sign, right? Aquarius and Scorpio, 2 malefics, lorded sign, therefore they are quite difficult. What we have here, Mercury with Venus, there is something, right? We cannot say that we could stretch this. We have then Mars and Saturn in the following signs, and so the Rashi is showing something, right? We cannot say that in all those 5 cases it was totally absurd, it was not showing it. It was rather connected to those themes, but it was not so accurate. There was something we could expect a little bit more, like an Eris Chang, right? If that would be with Mars and Saturn, writing about the wars, things like that, then we would feel that we are standing on something more solid. We can use this, extract and use it in our lives. But here, something is lacking. And even if we go to the Dashamsa chart, we only have this Mercury in the Virgo, again with the Jupiter and Venus. But if we look a little bit closer, we will see this Mars-Saturn yoga, looking at that Mercury. Something is there. Maybe we should use also the Rasi Drishti, because the sign aspect, the Rasi Drishti, is definitely throwing the energy on that planet. It's like Vastu, right? We are allowing some rays of other planets, other substance is influencing the other planet resources. Therefore, we can use this for, like, we see Jupiter, Drishti, planets which are having Rasi Drishti on Jupiter. And it's all about the Jadatma, right? It's about the inanimate objects. So we can use Rasi Drishti. Let's go back to these charts and see if we can get better results. Maya Angelou chart, we have Mercury with the Venus in Scorpio. So Venus and Mars, right? We had that in Rashi. But here we have additionally that moon debilitated, something which happened in the family. And I would say that the Scorpio, this moon debilitation, is better showing off the theme of writing here. So we can see how the position in the chart, the Digbala, that is Venus and Moon, and also the 10th lord from the Rashi chart, defining now the success. And Mercury, the Karaka, is showing the themes of writing. The Louis Laurie chart, Scorpio, much better for those dystopic thing than Rashi chart. And dispositor is Jupiter with Ketu. It's like tradition yoga, generations, and philosophy. I've noticed also that the planets in the 1st house, sometimes in the 7th, may also define those topics, but this will be more because of that personality. If you are a philosopher like this person with Jupiter Ketu in the Lagna, then very high chance that your books will have those philosophical themes. So we see here that connection between that Mercury dispositor and Jupiter Ketu in the Lagna. Now Venus is aspecting by Rasi Drishti. Can we say that the Venus is about adolescence, right? Hormones, growing up. Venus would be a good candidate, especially from that Taurus position. We will see similar yogas in the Camellia Palya chart. In Mario Vargas Llosa, this author was writing about freedom, and the next one, the Mario Vargas Llosa, who was also writing about the politics, he was also very much touching upon those themes of personal freedom against those corrupt systems, and about identity, about the psychology, about history, right? The history is the moon, about the culture. So very much moon Taurus things. And we can see that this positor of Mercury is that Mars and Rahu in the Taurus. So definite themes of manipulation, of corruption, right? The Lord is the Rahu and related to Mars, to control over people in this Taurus. So it's like affecting the society, affecting the people. Very strong themes related to this. Now, in the last chart of Camille Palya, very interesting case. Karyesha, Mercury, 10th lord from the Rashi chart, is in the 9th house in the Shamsa. So, first indication, person is working with education, right? If it's in the 1st, 5th, and 9th, person working in education. Exalted success. In the 9th house is like a freelance, and the Mercury is all about writing. So those things are there. If you have similar combinations, similar position, definitely you have green light in those fields. But she was writing about culture, about anthropology a lot. In the Navamsha, she has Moon and Jupiter in the Lagna, right? Also protecting the values of family, of motherhood, even when she was a feminist. There are many interesting twists in this chart. She's also a very strong proponent of astrology. She has this Jupiter, Ketu, Parampara Yoga, and in the Navamsha, 3 demand grahas, Jupiter, Sun, and Rahu in Trikona. So definitely interested in those topics. Maybe more from this approach of Jungian archetypes being omnipresent in all the cultures and how they are somehow giving alternative meaning to this more logical understanding of our life. She was also quite anti-scientist in this approach. In the Dashamsa, Mercury in the own sign. Do we have some connection? That would be beautiful if that would have something to do with that Venus in Taurus, right? Then you would have those feminists. We have Venus afflicted, so the women are oppressed in the Taurus, so all about this family. What is the bridge from Mercury to that Taurus? It is the Uchanat. Mercury exalted in Virgo, CD Rahu. Rahu is with the Venus in the Taurus. So now to conclude, we see that the Rashi has given us some answers. The Shamsa has given us all the answers in a much more accurate way. How to understand that? Rashi chart, because it shows all experiences and also things which are coming from our body, things which are coming from our personality. And also very important, all the traumas, all the experiences. So if you are writing from your experiences, like for example, in the Maya Angelou chart, we have seen how that Mars, Venus in the 7th house, so she experienced all that. And then she was putting it all on the paper. And in the Navamsha, this will be topics which can come from your skill, also from your dharma, from your nature, from your inner nature. Something also which can give you recognition, fame, wealth, right? For all of this, we have to see the Navamsha. And in the Dashamsa, this is more or less product of your, we could say, crystallization in the work environment. Even if you are a freelancer, this is your office. And in that office, you are trying many things. You are interacting with people, with your colleagues, with your gurus, experts. You are comparing yourself to others. Also, you see the free market, right? What the free market will allow. You also have to take this into consideration. So this is the Dashamsa analysis. And we have seen that this have dominated in all of the charts, because if this is your career life, it has to be reflected there. It has to finally crystallize from your hard work in the office. But if that is also in the Rashi, very clearly, or in the Navamsha, then now you know what this also can mean for you. Okay, guys, so that will do for today. Thanks for being with me here on this channel, and please don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe for videos like this. If you'd like to book a consultation with me, please find the link in the description. And for more videos like this, please consider watching this one.